Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nafita Ardiana Putri, class Biology I, Faculty of Science and Technology, Maulana Malik Ibrahim, State Islamic University Malang. On this occasion, I will present the material, the Mughal Kingdom of India until the establishment of the state of Bangladesh. The first history of the India Mughal dynasty. The Republic of India is a country in Asia with the second largest population in the world. In the past, India was known as Sind. Since the time of the Prophet, Sind is famous for having a very large port. During the caliphate of Umar bin Khattab, Usman bin Affan, and Ali bin Abi Thalib, they tried to conquer India, but their effort failed. During the Umayyad dynasty, especially during the reign of Al-Walid, a man named Muhammad ibn Qasim was sent to invade and control India, and his efforts were successful, and the Umayyad dynasty were able to rule India for 3 years. Then during the Abbasid dynasty, a Ghaznawi named Mahmud Ghaznah was sent and given the power to conquer India. After years of ruling, he was attacked by Turk of Ghuri, the Persian led by Muhammad Ghuri, and then the Ghaznah dynasty fell. After the death of Muhammad Ghuri was born a kingdom known as the Sultanate of Delhi. After the Delhi Sultan collapsed, the Mughal dynasty was born, led by Zahiruddin Muhammad Babur. Next, the second Indian Mughal dynasty. The Mughal is one of the majesty of Islam that cannot be forget, and is one of the largest Islamic empires in the world and adopts the history of Muslims in the medieval period. The founder of the kingdom was Zahiruddin Muhammad Babur, known as Babur, which means lion. The Mughal dynasty was founded in 1526. The Mughal dynasty was born after the destruction of the Sultan of Delhi, which had previously been defeated by Sultan Zahiruddin Muhammad Babur. The Mughal dynasty reached its peak during the reign of Sultan Jalaluddin Muhammad Akbar. In addition, Jalaluddin also the longest reigning sultan, namely 50 years of reign, while the Mughal dynasty collapsed after the reign of King Aurangzeb. Here are the figures who once led the Mughal dynasty of India. The first, Zahiruddin Muhammad Babur, 1526 to 1530. Zahiruddin Muhammad was the founder of India's Mughal dynasty, known as Babur. Before becoming the leader of the Mughal dynasty, Zahiruddin Muhammad was appointed ruler of Fargana at the age of 11 years. In 1494, Zahiruddin succeeded in conquering Samarkand. He had experienced defeat, but because of the help of the Safavid king, he was finally able to conquer Samarkand. Then, in 1504, he conquered Kabul, the capital of Afghanistan. Because of their enthusiasm, Zahiruddin Babur continued the expansion to India. At the time, the ruler of India from the Sultan of Delhi, and with and was hit by a crisis, Zahiruddin welcomed this opportunity. So he immediately attacked the capital city of Lahore and Sikshar. After calling it, then he continued his expedition toward Delhi. In Panipat, there was a terrible battle between Zahiruddin Muhammad Babur troops and Ibrahim Lodi troops. Many Zahiruddin soldiers died in battle, but he later succeeded as a winner. Simultaneously with the victory of Sultan Zahiruddin Muhammad Babur over the Sultan of Delhi, the power of the Sultan of Delhi ended, then and he automatically became the leader there. Then the opportunity opened for Babur is establish a Mughal empire in India. Unfortunately, Sultan Jahiruddin Muhammad Babur only ruled the Mughal Empire for 5 years to be exact. The second, Nasiruddin Muhammad Muhayyun, 1530 to 1539. Sultan Muhayyun was the second king of the Mughal Empire. Sultan Humayun was not as capable as his father in ruling the kingdom. So many areas of the kingdom were taken by the enemy. In addition, there were many rebellions that caused Sultan Humayun not to have time to expand his territory and advance the Mughal Empire. He was only focused on defending the kingdom from enemy attacks. Humayun could overcome many rebellions, but when Sher Khan attacked Sultan Humayun, suffered defeat and circumstances forced him to flee with his wife Hamidah Banu Begum. In 1555, after nearly 15 years living Delhi and leaving his son, he returned to the Mughal Empire exactly 1 year after his return to Delhi. He passed away and soon turned to the reign of his son Jalaluddin Muhammad Akbar. Next, Jalaluddin Muhammad Akbar, 1556 to 1605. Sultan Jalaluddin Muhammad Akbar began ruling the Mughal Empire at the age of 14, just when his father Sultan Muhayyun died. During his reign, the Mughal Empire was at its peak. Sultan Jalaluddin was famous for his tolerant politics that were able to unite in the hearts of Muslims and Hindus who at the time actually liked to fight. In the early days of his reign, he was assisted by his convert as well as his father confidant Bairam Khan. In the early days of Jalal reign, the Mughal Empire experienced an economic decline which was marked by many hungry people and an unstable economy. This is because his kingdom has long been abandoned by the previous king, but with the successful Sultan Jalaluddin Muhammad Akbar was able to overcome this problem. Sultan Jalaluddin Muhammad Akbar has several wives, including Ruqayyah Sultan Begum, Salimah Sultan Begum, and Jonabai. Jonabai is queen, who is now by the nickname Mairam Uzamani. In the reign, Sultan Jalaluddin was assisted by great royal ministers and soldiers known as the Nine Mughal Jewels. Besides being famous for the military and great soldier, Raja Jalaluddin is also famous for his political policy called universal politics, which contexts are equal right between Islam and non-Islamic religions. The three kings who ruled the Mughal Empire after King Jalal were Sultan Jahangir, Shah Jahan, and Sultan Aurangzeb. They each all including kings who are capable and strong, so that they can still maintain the glory of King Jalaluddin Muhammad Akbar. Next, the great time of the Indian Mughal dynasty. During the reign of the Sultan Jalaluddin Muhammad Akbar, much progress. Jafar excelled in economic field. The Mughal Empire excels in agriculture and mining, producing crops such as grains, rice, beans, sugar canes, vegetables, spices, tobacco, cotton, and ties. Meanwhile, the Mughal Empire also excelled in the art and culture, such as literature composed by famous court poets and much loved by the people. Next, the decline of the Mughal dynasty. The decline of the Indian Mughal dynasty occurred after the reign of King Aurangzeb because it was accompanied by big and competent sultans. Meanwhile, in the middle of the 18th century, the British had already planted their Niles in India, and in 1761, he had controlled some of the areas that were once controlled by the Mughal states, so that many people were under pressure under British rule. Next, the form of Bangladesh. The, the state of Bangladesh was previously part of the state of Pakistan, which broke away due to an internal conflict between the two. Pakistan was born from the aspiration of the Indian people who want to establish a government that is accordance with Islamic principles and dictating. Pakistan consists of two regions and separated by a very long distance. There are two areas as named as Pakistan and West Pakistan, but between the two West Pakistan in the most time, so there is a crisis that cause my complaint from the assured people in the people in particular. After experiencing many difficulties, finally in central government in West Pakistan occurred as Pakistan wished to secede. After the succession of East Pakistan changed its name to Bangladesh. This is the beginning of the formation of the state of Bangladesh. The birth of state Bangladesh cannot be separated from the struggle of a sheikh named Sheikh Mujibur Rahman. Next, Sheikh Mujibur Rahman. Sheikh Mujibur Rahman is person who until now is famous for his struggle to defend the right of the people of East Pakistan. At first, he has conquered about East Pakistan both politically, economically, socially, and culturally, which was very different from West Pakistan. Sheikh Mujibur Rahman is one of the political figures who really care about the survival of the Eastern people. One day he demanded the right to draft a new constitution to form a Pakistan cabinet. However, the credential was rejected by the president military regime. As a result, Mujibur Rahman changed his strategy by demanding secession from Pakistan and the creation of his own state. Ironically, the proposal received a lot of opposition and threats. After many struggles, he finally officially submerged Pakistan from his Pakistan. Next, after independence, Sheikh Mujibur Rahman's struggle did not stop there. After submitting himself and forming a new state, Sheikh Mujibur Rahman struggled to gain recognition from big countries such as the United States, Europe, and Britain, and tried to register Bangladesh in the unit national and non-aligned movement. He made many trips about humanitarian assistance and development assistance for the nation and the sickness many beach tristed. On August 15, 1975, there was a murder at Mujibur Rahman residence, which is known as the politics of murder and conspiracy. In the incident, Mujibur Rahman, his wife, and children were killed that night by a gang of assassins. Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, two daughters, Sheikh Hasina and Sheikh Rehan, both survived the murder in because both were in Germany at the time of the incident. That's my presentation. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.